Monday, April 13th, 2015. I thought it'd be kind of a neat little experiment to follow myself around with a camera for one day. And today is the day I chose to do that experiment. I'm not a morning person. It takes a lot for me to get going in the morning. Usually it starts with prepping for the day, as well as drinking a cup of coffee. Right now I'm into bulletproof coffee, and it seems to help me get kick-started into the activities of the day. I work as an adjunct professor of theater and film at a small community college, and so I'm out the door around 7:30 in the morning. On this particular day, it's pretty overcast outside. It stays on the edge of raining or drizzling the whole day. It's like the winter and the spring are fighting for dominance, and the winter's kind of winning. Anyway, it stays cloudy outside the whole time. If you notice, I'm wearing headphones. I like to listen to podcasts. I'm really into podcasts lately, and so I consume about 2 or 3 podcasts every day during my commute. Sometimes I'll put them on CDs, but mostly I just put them onto my MP3 player and listen to them on headphones in my car. Once I get to campus, there's a couple of errands that have to be run before I walk into class. I check to make sure I have attendance sheets ready, and then all worksheets are ready for the activities of the day. I have to see if I have to get anything from the library before I make my way to class. On this particular day, I'm handing out quizzes. We've just started talking about the different kinds of theaters there are. Arena stages, proscenium stages, thrust stages, end stages, things like that. This is my early morning introduction to theater class. On this particular day, I have a meeting with a student after class. His name is Dustin, and he's an emerging stand-up comedian. He wants to get into the arts, and so he's asked to pick my brain a little bit about advice for starting a career. I like talking to young performing artists because I'm able to give them advice that I wish somebody had given me when I started out, but didn't, so I had to learn it the hard way. Anyway, we have a pretty good meeting, and this guy, Dustin, he seems to have his stuff together. He's well on his way. After class, I usually make my way back to my apartment. There's a huge gap of about 2 or 3 hours before my next class. This is usually when I actually have my breakfast/lunch. Right now I'm into making chicken Caesar salads and these kind of protein smoothies. I like bananas and strawberries and protein powder in my smoothies. This is what I have almost every day. Alright, I'm on my way back to campus for my second class of the day. My next class takes place in these portable buildings, which I am not a fan of. This is my introduction to cinema class. We watch a lot of movies and then talk about them. On this particular day, we're just finishing up the movie Memento. This class ends about 2:45 in the afternoon. And this is usually the part of the day when I am the most tired. I definitely understand why in some countries they have siestas or tea times. I wish we had that here in America. I usually drop the videos we watch in class off in the library so students can check them out in case they need to rewatch a scene in order to answer the questions about the movie.
Hello. Good, I have... Appreciate it.
Then of course I have to go upstairs and grade papers. I get to the adjunct center, I usually do all kinds of paperwork and schoolwork, entering grades and attendance. And then once again, it's back to my apartment. If I have time, a lot of days I like to take a nap. I have this app on my Kindle that works as kind of an alarm clock, so I set it and then lay down for a little bit. I really like taking naps in the middle of the day. Sometimes I sleep better during the daytime than I do at night. It's about this point that my day has hit the halfway mark. I'm done with the teaching stuff, and now I'm on to the rest of the stuff for the day.
It's about 6:30. I'm heading down to Fair Park to the Margot Jones Theater. The day has officially hit the halfway point. It's about 7:20 in the evening. I'm here at the Margot Jones Theater at the Magnolia Lounge here in Fair Park, just outside of downtown Dallas. And my little theater company is one of the theater companies that is a partner group for this theater, meaning we and about 5 other little groups facilitate the space and supervise it and stuff. So I've come in person today because in the last couple of weeks there have been some schedule mix-ups and miscommunications, and nobody went away happy. And I wanted to head that off and be there in person. When you're not in person in a place, you end up getting a lot of angry text messages and emails and Facebook stuff. So I came down here in person just to smooth over in case there was any problems. But there's no problems, which is good. So everybody's happy, and my job is done here, and I'm on to the next stop for the day.
I'm supposed to meet a guy named Daniel for a meeting at a place called the Craft and Growler, which is a craft beer place. But those guys apparently are closed on Mondays. Jerks. So we end up meeting at a place called the Pizza Lounge, which is only about a block away. Daniel is trying to break into the acting game. He wants to become a film actor, and he's also asked to pick my brain. And so we meet, and I talk over his goals and advice that I have about being a commercial actor and breaking into the business. I find that as I get older and I have advanced a little bit further into my career, I really enjoy kind of mentoring younger artists. With that done, I head back to my neighborhood. You know, back when I was in high school, I borrowed somebody's camera, a big clunky camera that recorded directly onto VHS tapes. And I kind of walked around for 2 days filming like a day in the life, so to speak, of my time in high school. And as I've walked around all day with the camera for this particular little experiment, I've thought back to those times back in high school when I sent this kind of video pen pal letter to my pen pal in Scotland. Man, the technology has advanced like 100-fold in the last 20 years. Here at the end of the day, I figure I have just enough time to get in a quick workout. I'm trying to get better at going to the gym on a regular basis. I definitely need it. I do some cardio and some weightlifting and some stretching, and that pretty much wraps up my day. I come back home and then I prep for the next day, and I'm in bed, usually between 1 and 2 at night. And that's my day. April 13th, 2015. Thanks for watching.